Hello, everyone. It's Friday, June 23rd, 2017, and I'm here to give my first lecture on HTML, Introduction to HTML. I've taught before, including 7 years in colleges around the San Francisco Bay Area, and I have over 25 years experience, including 15 in web development. So we're going to start with HTML because that's where it all begins. That's the very foundation of writing a web page. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is, as I said, the foundation of all web pages. So we'll start with the basics there, and also some useful tags. And this is the first lesson. I'm planning on posting lessons every Friday for the foreseeable future, and not just on HTML. There'll be other topics as well. I'll talk about that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a Notepad file on Windows. You can use Notepad on the Mac. They have a text editor as well. And we'll start with the very first. Now, every HTML document starts with what's called the HTML tag. And tags are between angled brackets like that. Every tag has to end. And it's sort of a good practice to kind of put the end there so you don't forget about it. So that's the very basics of this document. Now we would want to save this as an HTML format. Go File, Save As, and change the type to all files because we want to save it as HTML, not as a text file. Put .html extension on it, save it, and it shows up here, and I saved it as lecture. We can double click on it, and there's nothing. There's nothing there because all we put in it was a couple of tags. So we'll start building on it. Okay, that's just the beginning. The next thing you would put in the document typically is a title. My first web page. Again, closing the tag right there. Everything that opens has to end. Now, if you save it here, you'll notice up here that's kind of just shows absolutely nothing, right? Just the actual file where it's at. If I refresh, now up here it shows the actual title that we just typed. Oops, you don't want to see that. Okay, the next thing is the body section. Now this is where most of the content goes in the body. Oops. HTML has a number of tags for displaying text in various sizes and with various formatting. We're just going to touch on a few today. But the one that's very common that displays it in the largest text is called an H1 tag or head 1. There's 6 of them altogether, 6 being the smallest. We'll look at 1 or 2 of them. And so the proverbial hello world. We'll save that. Now, you can go to a file, save. That works. You can also hold the control key and press S. That'll save it too. Now, if we refresh, ta-da! There it is. Hello world. Hello world. There are other tags as well. We'll look at the next size down, which is just the H2 tag. And here we'll say, thank God it's Friday, and it is. Close that. Okay, I'm just doing Control S. Again, you could do File, Save, refresh. Ta-da! We got hello. We got hello world, and thank God it's Friday. There are other tags as well. One of the more common ones is called the paragraph tag or a P tag, and this is generally for writing free text. Thank God it's Friday. What are you doing this weekend? Close that tag. Okay. I could have done, I'm just going to do save this time, so you know you can do it both ways. Come here, refresh, and there it is. And we can put another one. My answer is sleep. We'll save that one, and you get just that. Now, what you might also want to do is you notice how there's a lot of spacing between lines here, and that may not be what you wanted to do. Um, but let's say you wanted to not have it skip so many lines. The way you could do that is use something called a BR, which is a line break, and it only goes down to one line. The other thing I want to show you is these tags do not have to be on the same line. This makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. See, nothing changed. Now, let's take a break. But it's not 5 yet. Sad face. And you see, notice here it's got a BR /. This is what's known as a self-containing tag, meaning it doesn't have any enclosed content. So it doesn't need to have an enclosed tag. But we could do that. Refresh, and now you'll notice that this line does not skip a full line there. It just goes down to the very next line. So that's something that's helpful if you don't want that so much line spacing. The other type of line break we have is what's known as an HR, which creates a solid line, which is good for separating content. And that's just HR. Again, it's fully contained, so it closes itself. And when we do that, now you see we get a solid line here across. Now the last tag I'm going to show you here is an image tag, which will allow you to display a picture. It's an IMG tag. This one is also self-contained, but it has a property. And a lot of tags, most of the tags do have properties. In this particular case, SRC means the source. What's the source of the picture? And I'm my pic JP. Again, self-contained. Now, if I go over to my folder over here, you will see I've got an image there that says my pic. All right, just did that. Come back over to our browser, refresh. Ta-da! Now we've got a picture. That's me. So that's basically the tags I wanted to show for now. There'll be another lecture next week, and since this is the first lecture, I just wanted to acquaintance myself with the YouTube world, although I've been on YouTube before. That's me. That's my website, and I've got it right there. You can go to it. If you go to this link here, it brings up this website. It's still kind of under development, but there's some information about me. Also, if you want to send some comments, feedback, you can go and send me a message on Contact Bob. I have a link here for courses, online courses. Like I said, I'm starting with HTML, but I'm planning on posting lectures weekly. And there's a number of topics that I plan on covering. I've got them listed here: cascading style sheets, introduction to programming with Java. That's a good one too, because with Java you don't have to buy any special JavaScript rather. You don't have to buy any special software. It runs in a browser, and again, you just need Notepad to edit it. And some other topics as well. Don't want to get too far ahead, especially since most of you are probably beginners. But what I also have is a link here on all the different technologies I know, and I'm open to suggestions. Anyone, if you want particular lecture, video created on one of these topics, again, you could just go to Contact Bob and put some contact information and a description of what you're looking for. You could also join my mailing list if you want to get emails from me. And that's about it. I'm going to be posting my YouTube lectures here as well. There's a few here from years ago when I used to do this, and I'm doing it again. And that's about it for now. Check back next week, which will be the 30th of June, and I'm going to have a second lesson on HTML. So we're going to continue HTML for the next couple of weeks before we move on to some other topic. Other than that, thank you very much, and have a great weekend.